Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Kibbles back with another video. And today I'm going to be going over the 2025 January battle changes for Clash Royale. Now, today's video I'm going to be going over each separate balance change by themselves, reviewing the good and the bad, what I think, and at the end of the video, guys, I'm going to be giving an overall grade of this entire balance change update, and overall what my entire opinion is. So just make sure to stick around for that. And guys, thank you for all the recent support, and I wish you guys a happy new year. Let's get into this video. Now guys, the first card to be getting a nerf in the 2025 January balance changes is Archer Queen. Now this, personally, is a little hard for me to accept just because I am an Archer Queen lover. She's my favorite card in the entire game. I mean, look at her. But no, on a serious note, guys, Archer Queen's ability cooldown has gone down from 15 seconds to 17 seconds. So 2 additional seconds of cooldown time. This is plus 13% cooldown time, which you might think is not a lot, but guys, in the game that can be a lot. That can mean you being the difference between you getting 1 ability and 2 abilities. And guys, Archer Queen, especially with Royal Hogs, has just been so popular this season. So I totally understand. This balance change and why Clash Royale devs decided to do this. A little sad for my Archer Queen baby, but overall it's okay. This next card that's getting nerfed, I am much more excited for. Her Canon Cart is getting a shield HP nerf from 892 health to 824 health. A total reduction of 8% health, guys. And let me tell you, Canon Cart is just such an annoying card. At least for me personally, you see him all the time in Mortar decks, all the time in Goblin Stein decks, and I'm just glad that we're gonna get some more variety. I really like this choice because I think like Canon Cart is just a little bit too tanky in general. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are. I personally really like this balance change. Next card that is getting nerfed, guys, is Fisherman, and now Fisherman's slowdown duration has gone from 2.5 seconds to 1.5 seconds. And what I mean by that is after it hooks its opponent, the time that it takes for that card, that whatever it hooks, to be slowed down is now decreased by 1 second, or an entire 40%. Now this could be a really game changer, guys. Personally, I think this is really healthy for the game. Fisherman's all over the place, just a good card in general. I do like Fisherman as a card, but that stun duration, guys, is so annoying sometimes. Sometimes you just fully defend a Pekka with a Fisherman just because of that stun duration alone. And it's just kind of OP. It's really OP, and it's really oppressive. And so I am very impressed with this update myself. Or I guess I shouldn't say update, but balance change. Now guys, this is probably my favorite nerf. The best nerf that the Clash Royale devs are going to implement into the game. And that is Goblin Stein getting a major nerf to its hit points, or HP points, from 885 health to 721 health. A total of 19% reduction on its health, guys. And guess what? Now it's going to die to poison. This is huge for the game, guys, because only lightning is going around, only beatdown is going around. So with the addition of poison, guys, I feel like we're going to see more cycle decks. We're just going to see more variety in general, and we're going to see less of the Goblin Stein. We're going to see less of the Goblin Stein. I am so excited for it, guys. I think this will absolutely be so healthy for the game. Ram Rider is also getting HP nerf from 1767 to 1696. Its hit points are getting decreased by 4%. I think this is good for the game. I feel like Ram Rider just sometimes breaks through everything, especially with its baton that it hits out. It just makes it really easy. And so again, I think this is just going to be really good. We're going to see less Ram Rider, and which is great for the game, because I feel like Ram Rider is in basically every beatdown deck right now. Alright guys, the next nerf was a little surprising for me, and it's that Evil Bomber can no longer hit targets twice. And I didn't realize that they were going to nerf Bomber. I thought Bomber was still broken, but I didn't realize that they decided to nerf it again. I am completely fine with this update, guys. I think Bomber is a little too strong still, and so with it only being able to hit cards once now, I think this is, again, really, really healthy. And you guys haven't, if you guys can't tell so far, I'm really, really impressed with these balance changes so far. Okay, and now we're going to get a nerf for Evo Goblin Barrel, and only the Evo form, guys. The decoy is now going to look different for about 1 second after deploy. Now, I'm not sure what that means, or what it's going to look like, but it's going to be it's going to be a lot easier for you to pick out which barrel is the decoy and which barrel is the real barrel when placed. And I don't know what I think about this, guys. I feel like Goblin Barrel and Evo Goblin Barrel especially, like, the whole point is to trick your opponents, and so by making it easier, I'm not sure if I really like that. I'm also just a log bait fan. I mean, like, who doesn't like playing with log bait? So, I don't know. I'm in a weird conundrum. That being said, Goblin Barrel and Evo Goblin Barrel especially is just all over the place, and so if they're trying to nerf it, if they're trying to get more variety in the game, I do understand that. Let me know what you guys think of this balance change in particular, because I'm kind of in this weird segue. Guys, they're nerfing Evo Ice Spirit, and guys, I told you that Evo Ice Spirit was freaking broken. Alright, it just took a while for people to really understand. They're now nerfing the amount of ice blasts from 3 to 2, while additionally increasing the damage of each ice blast. So it's kind of like what they did to Evo Zap. Evo Zap used to zap 3 times. Now it only zaps twice, but each zap does more damage. This is exactly what's happening to Ice Spirit. I think this is fine. I think overall it is a nerf, but I still think Evo Ice Spirit will still be pretty decent. We'll see, though. Alright, guys. Evo Pekka is getting another nerf. Thank goodness. But this nerf is definitely an interesting one, guys. Evo Pekka will still heal after killing an opponent's card, but the healing will vary depending on how much that card that it kills had health-wise whenever it was first placed. So, for example, if an Evo Pekka now kills a skeleton, it will only heal a little bit. Just a little bit. But if it kills something like a prince that has a lot more health, Evo Pekka will heal a lot more. And so I think this is a very interesting concept that Clash Royale is trying to implement. I think this is good because I feel like a lot of the times Evo Pekka will just get so much heals from, like, you know, skeletons and then just walk to the tower and completely annihilate it. So I'm excited to see how this looks. I think this will be good for the game, but we'll see. They've tried to nerf this card so many times, but it's still popular. Hopefully, this is the nerf that we've all been looking for. As now we're getting to the balance change that I am the most worried about. I'm not a lover of recruits, I'm not gonna lie, but they have decided to buff the amount of damage recruits do. Okay, just base damage, not Evo recruits. And so Evo normal recruits will now do 138 damage instead of 133 damage. So an additional 5 damage. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. I know that's not, you know, that's probably not a lot on paper, but if you got like 3 of those on your tower, guys, that is a lot of damage. That's also going to be the same for the Evo recruits. Sorry, I didn't realize that. However, the Evo recruits will now charge from 1.5 to, oh, I see. So now the charge distance for Evo recruits, guys, will now be 2 tiles instead of 1.5. So it takes them longer to charge up. I think that's pretty good. It gives you more time to defend against Evo recruits. And sometimes, you guys, Evo recruits can just be so freaking annoying and just in your face. And so I kind of like it. We'll see, though. We'll see. I don't like that they are getting more damage, though. We're just going to have to see what happens. I just don't really like Evo recruits in general. I just think they're so annoying. Alright, guys, now this is interesting, guys. They're nerfing Evo skeletons yet again. Instead of having 4 skeletons, guys, now you only have 3. I'm really interested to see what happens to evil skeletons. Are they just going to be completely inviable now? I don't think so. I think they're definitely going to be used a lot less. Yeah, they're nerfing them again, guys. Skeletons are so freaking strong, man, I swear. Small buff we're getting, guys, is Baby Dragon. And now Baby Dragon will have a larger splash radius from 1.2 tiles to 1.5, so an additional 25%. So for all of you Lava Hound mains, this is probably good. You can maybe play with Lava, or you could probably play with Baby Dragon again. I could also see Splash Yard coming back. So I think this is good. I think this is good. We're gonna get I think this will help, stop so much beatdown from kind of just completely dominating the meta, but we'll see. We'll see. In addition to Baby Dragon getting a buff to its splash radius, which is also going to get a buff to its splash radius from 1 tile to 1.5 tiles. So an additional 50%. That's pretty major. Although that being said, guys, I just don't think Witch will be that good. The problem with Witch isn't its splash radius. It's just that it doesn't really, the skeletons that it spawns don't really do much. I don't think that will change Witch that much, but we're going to have to see, I guess. We are going to have to see. Next buff is very interesting to me. They're changing the charge distance time for Dark Prince from 3.5 tiles to 3 tiles. So it's going to charge up a lot faster now. Which is, I mean, this is just an interesting pick. This is just an interesting pick, guys. Maybe because they want to see more variety. We haven't seen a lot of Dark Prince meta, a lot of Dark Prince in the meta for a long time. Prince is just better. So maybe they're just hoping to, I don't know. Maybe we'll see more Dark Prince. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. Okay, so they decided to buff Electro Giant, and the sight clip will be from 0 to 2 tiles now. I'm not sure what the sight clip means, but a buff for E-Giant is a buff for E-Giant, and I'm not sure if I like it. Hopefully it's not too broken, but we are going to see, guys. The next buff we're getting is for Goblin Demolisher, and Goblin Demolisher's lifetime is now increasing from 7 to 8 seconds. I think this is good for Goblin Demolisher, guys. Honestly, I remember whenever it first came out, it was just so completely broken. And then last season, they just completely nerfed it to the ground. And so I think this is a good middle ground. We're going to see. I think having the lifetime increased is just going to be good for this card. And we'll definitely going to be able to get more use out of it. Hopefully it's not too strong like it was when it first came out, though. Guys, now this is probably the most interesting balance change that the Clash devs decided to do, or I guess the one I'm most intrigued by. Goblin Machine is going to get a damage, or a huge damage buff from 135 to 212, and a stunning 57% increase in damage. However, its hit speed is going to decrease. So it's just going to be more of a DPS card, more of like a tank rather than like a mini tank. So we're gonna have to see what that's like. Will Goblin Machine be in the meta? I'm not sure. It is an expensive card and it just struggles against cards in the air in general. So we're gonna have to see. I guess we will find out in January. Guys, they're also increasing the damage increase time of Mighty Miner from 2.25 seconds to 2 seconds. So it's going to charge up faster. I think this is fine. Mighty Miner is not that popular right now. It's just overwhelmingly Goblin Stein and Archer Queen. So to have more champion variety, I think is just always good for the game. Hopefully it's not too much of a buff, but we'll see. Mini Pekka is also going to get a damage buff from 720 damage, to 754 damage. So this is an increase of 5%, guys. I don't know about this, guys, because the problem with Mini Pekka isn't its damage. It's more that it only targets single troops, and it takes forever. It takes forever to hit again, right? Its reload time, I guess you could say, or its hit speed is just so slow that it makes it super easy to counter, super easy to defend, And so, again, I just don't know if this mini Pekka buff will do much for the card. We'll see. Maybe it will be really, really nice against all the beatdown. I am not sure. There's only one way to find out, and that is to wait until January. Guys, I think this next buff for Evo Cannon is much needed. They're buffing the amount of barrage damage from 320 to 353, so an increase of 10%. I think that's good. I think that's good. I feel like Evo Cannon is just one of those Evos you play not to win games, but just to have fun. And so helping out the Evo Cannon in any way, I think, is just good in general, because the Evo Cannon, let's be real, at least the Evo part of it doesn't really do much. So to help that out, I think that's probably pretty safe for the game, if I had to guess. Alright guys, getting to the last 3 balance changes for January. Wall breakers are going to get a buff, guys, from 195 damage to 292 damage, guys. That's an incredible amount of damage. That's a 50% increase. That is a lot. That is a substantial amount. And troops and buildings only, okay? So they will no longer charge for towers. Interesting. I'm excited to see what that means. Will wall breakers be good again? I don't know. I just feel like they've been out of the meta for a long time. I think they're a really fun card, really good at baiting out spells. But again, guys, we're going to have to see what happens. Alright, guys. This is going to be the only tower troop buff / nerf. And Dagger Duchess is going to get a complete buff. I mean, Dagger Duchess, understandably, needs a buff, right? It's like the least used tower troop in Clash Royale by far. Every other tower troop is just better. And so I think this is good. This is good. The daggers are now getting going from 8 daggers to 9 daggers. So you're going to have more daggers in general. And also the projectile speed, or the speed at which the daggers shoot out at your opponent's cards, is going from 600 to 1,000, or a 67% increase in dagger throw speed. So it's just going to do damage faster and more rapidly. I think this is fine. Hopefully it's not too broken. I remember when Dagger Duchess first came out, that card or that tower troop was absolutely insane. Hopefully it's not that level of insanity. But again, guys, Dagger Duchess is not used at all right now. And so hopefully this buff puts it back on the map. We start seeing more variety. Alright guys, getting to the last balance change for the January update in Clash Royale. Lumberjack is now getting a nerf to its rage duration from 6 to 5.5 seconds, while getting a damage increase from 242 damage to 255 damage. So this is going to be interesting, guys. The Lumberjack itself is not going to get changed much, but the spell that it drops, the rage that it drops, is going to do more damage now, but stay on the field for less time. Honestly, not too much of a change, but I guess Lumberjack is pretty popular right now with all the balloon decks going around, so it kind of makes sense that they're doing this. Guys, to go over the entire balance change update and to give my final overall grade, I think I have to give this balance change an 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10, guys. I think they did fantastically here, guys. Nerfing the Goblin Stein, nerfing the Ram Rider, nerfing cards like Evo Ice Spirit or even Fisherman, while buffing cards that need buffs like, for example, the Dagger Duchess, the Goblin Stein, or even the Mighty Miner, guys. I feel like this has just been a fantastic update. That being said, guys, where is, guys, the nerf to this frickin' chef? Guys, why are they not nerfing Royal Chef? This card is, or this tower troop is just so annoying, promotes such an annoying play style of just beat down, beat down, beat down. So, I mean, this is the main reason why I can't give it a 9 or even a 10 out of 10 for the balance changes, guys, because Royal Chef, guys. Royal Chef is still strong. And that is just a little sad to see. Hopefully they get to nerfing that soon, because I mean, while it is a fun tower troop to play, it just promotes a style of play, guys, that I just don't like. And so overall, guys, again, I have to give this balance change an 8, because they are not nerfing Royal Chef. That being said, guys, everything else I feel like was really, really well thought through. And again, I'm super excited to see Clash Royale in January of 2025. Let me know what you guys think of these balance changes overall. Or do you guys agree with my grade? Do you think 8 is a solid score, or do you think, no, Kibbles, this is a terrible balance change? This should be more of like a 4 out of 10. I hate this. Or no, God, Kibbles, I think this is 10 out of 10 even. Let me know in the comments, guys. Again, guys, thank you all for all the support. Happy New Year for all the people who celebrated Hanukkah or Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.